Welcome to Technogram by Redington and the Unlock Next studio. We are here at Jitex Kenya in beautiful, cool Nairobi. And I'm looking forward to all the discussions for the day. And I'm sure these conversations will help our channel tech ecosystem unlock next. So now we have Chris Aguilar, who is the practice lead at NTT DATA. Let's learn more. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yep.
Can you tell us what is that business problem that NTT Data is helping customers solve?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. So NTT Data is about making positive impact in society through the use of technology. So obviously we are a full stack technology company. In Kenya, in the Kenya entity, we also have an ISP business. So obviously we're looking at bringing on board all the technologies that we have through our vendors as well as through our own IP, and obviously then deploying it to make a positive impact on society. That's what we do.
And in at Jitex Kenya,
Yeah.
and not only Jitex Kenya, in
Yeah.
every conversation you have nowadays,
Yes.
AI is the biggest thing, right?
Foremost, yes.
Everyone's talking about AI.
Yeah.
Some for it, some saying that it's still a myth. There's still a lot more potential,
Yeah.
a lot more room for it to grow, for it to actually be everyday thing, right?
Yeah.
So I want to understand from you, when you talk to your customers, what is the biggest AI ask that they have
Yeah.
currently, and which industries are these customers from?
Okay. So just to preface it, so NTT Data prides itself as being an AI company. In fact, our global CEO actually appointed himself the chief AI officer,
Okay.
just to make sure that we have full focus on what AI is. So definitely, the questions we keep hearing from all our customers is, well, this is this AI thing, and we all know it's there, but what does it mean for me? And bottom line for us, and I think if you're in the conference in the summit yesterday, bottom line is, can I make money out of it, or make me reduce costs? So literally that's the bottom line. So that's what you're hearing from our customers. How do we make sense of it? So we did do a research just along those lines to figure out where's the application for AI, this new amazing tool, but where does it literally have impact? And we did determine two of the highest use cases you have for AI is customer service and IT. Well, there's other aspects around it as well, as around being a personal assistant, but for commercial relevance, customer service, and IT, for obvious reasons, you already have data around your customers. You already have information around how your policies and procedures. So where best to apply it to rather than IT. So in this territory, or in this part of the world, we are seeing a lot of requests from banking, BFSI, on these solutions, and how can they literally deploy them. And I think, like, literally to get our customers started, we are focusing on initially CX and then moving on to IT operations. So
Can you think of any incident or any experience that you've had with a customer that has really kind of stuck with you, and it's been something that's not very common?
Yes. So this was very impactful. I'll just give you a background around what the customer is happening. So the customer is a regional bank with operations in East Africa. So literally, to get a loan through, needs to happen is what is called a credit memo. So you need to put together what's called a credit memo. So credit memos are these lengthy documents that would have information on who the customer is, their banking profile, their previous interactions with the bank, what projects are they trying to do, have they been adversely mentioned in court cases. Literally, it is a tool for managing risk. So when we met this customer initially, this was a big problem for them. So their teams are taking anywhere from 2 weeks for them really lengthy proposals to 48 hours for the smaller ones to put together a credit memo, which is this package that they use to manage risk, that is then put forward to the bank to be able to basically agree whether, or decide whether a customer gets a loan or not. So we're able to deploy an AI agent that does the same thing in about 6 or 7 minutes. Yeah.
Minutes.
Yes.
But took them weeks.
Yes. So literally go through all their documents, because if you think about it, I'm sure where you bank, they have information about you in all different systems. The challenge is usually going into core banking, going into CRM, going to all these systems to compile information about you. So the agent can pick all that information automatically. Then you can also add commentary on what is decided and whether there's a risk here or not. And you can also reference, if, for example, you're looking at financial documents, you can give commentary. What is the net ratios that you're looking at, and etc. So yeah, so I think that was very impactful, which means literally we've reduced the time for money for these banks. and people can spend more time talking to their customers rather than compiling documents,
That's
which
a
I'm sure
great,
everyone hates.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
great story.
yeah,
So, what about accuracy? That
yeah.
was not a challenge.
Extremely accurate. So obviously there's a part in AI, and that's the thing we talk to all our customers about. There is an aspect of human in the loop. The first draft will obviously be 80-90% there. Then
Yeah.
you obviously need a human to then look through and see, just to make sure if there's any mistakes, you correct that. If there's any additional information you want to add in, you can add that. What that means then, though, is the next time we do the same process, we have more information, so we are more accurate. So we are seeing accuracy rates of 80-85%. So about only 15% in terms of inaccurate data, which I think is to be expected. But obviously, every time you run it and make corrections, you get better. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the human in the loop is a
Yes.
important
Yes. Yes.
factor.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in a very AI driven world,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's still very AI driven. It is getting there.
Yeah.
What about the employees? How are you prepping your workforce
Yeah.
to really thrive and grow in this AI and cloud era?
Yeah. So there was a recognition very early on among at least our managers that if we don't empower employees, definitely then there will be a challenge. Yeah. I mean, the next phase of this evolution is will favor those who actually know how to use these tools. So we actually have a program internally that is called the AI belt. Literally, it's modeled on the karate. If you're familiar with those karate belts, so we have a white belt, then you go to a yellow belt and a black belt. Yeah, and then so it's progressively more complex ideas, but obviously as you progress you also get more exposure on what to use AI for. So the white belt is just an initial introduction into AI. What is AI? What can it what can you use it for? What can you use it for? The next progression is what can you apply it for? And then our black belts, and we have a couple of black belts here today.
Oh, pretty cool.
I guess we actually then deploy solutions. Yeah, so deploy an AI agent to solve a certain solution. So depending on where you are in the hierarchy and what your role is in the company, you then pick at what level of specialization do you need to get to. At the very least, it's expected that everyone does a white belt. And then obviously for practitioners, we have a couple of AI engineers here today. They do the black belt. So yeah, so that's what
Okay.
you're doing. Obviously, then there's tools that we already use. Personal assistants, we use Copilot, Microsoft Copilot across every desk, and each of one of the mantras we had, making sure there's AI on every desk. So at least our employees across the even for the most mundane tasks, responding to emails, they do have AI, and then of course for the more complex tasks as well, they do have AI.
Do you have anything to tell the market
Yeah.
when it comes to AI and something that people are not thinking enough about?
Yeah. So, and I'll take you back a bit. If you think about every revolution that's been there was the Iron Age. We had a couple of them. We had the Industrial Age.
Industrial
Yes,
revolution, yeah.
Africa's been missing out. So this is the first time where we are in a position to actually take advantage of a revolution, because AI is a revolution, yeah. As opposed to the other ones which found us
Yeah.
figuring out things. This is
Yeah.
one that we can actually participate in and make sense of. So that's I think the piece that is missing. So most people are using it for research and a couple of things, but what we need to think about is how do we, bottom line, make money out of it
Right.
or reduce expenses. I think that's what the piece that's missing, and we're able to think through that, then we're able to get through a lot of the solutions we're doing.
I think very nicely put, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And look forward to more such conversations.
So thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wish you all the best.
That's it.